Every time you upgrade your phone, buy a car, or get a home, it feels like you're building wealth. But what if most of these are actually making you poorer? And the scary part is, nobody teaches you how to spot it before it's too late. In the last video, we saw how money grows, but that only works if you're putting money into the right things. So the real question is, what actually counts as an asset and what doesn't? Now, if you open your finance textbook, this is how they define it. Assets are things you own, liabilities are things you owe. Simple enough, right? But here's the problem. This definition tells you what something is, but doesn't tell you what it actually does to your money. And the difference is everything. So let's test it with something real. Let's take something most of us own or dream of owning, a car. Say you buy a car worth 10 lakhs. Most people would say that's an asset. You own it, it has value, it's yours. First, there's the EMI. Every single month, money keeps leaving your pocket. Now, maybe you didn't take a loan, maybe you paid in cash. But even then, there's maintenance, fuel, repairs, insurance. Money keeps leaving, and leaving. And on top of all of that, the moment you drove it out of the showroom, its value dropped by 10% instantly, before you even reached home. So let me ask you something. Is there anything coming into your pocket from this car? No. Money only goes out, never comes in. So by the textbook definition, yes, it's an asset. You own it. But in reality, it is draining money from your pocket every single month. Now what about something bigger? Something people consider their greatest financial achievement. A house. For most people, buying a house is the dream. It's the goal, the thing you work years towards. And when you finally get it, it feels like your biggest achievement. If you take a home loan, every month EMI leaves your pocket. Maybe you didn't take a home loan. Maybe the house was inherited or bought outright. But maintenance, property tax, repairs, money is still going out. The house is still not sending anything back. So, by the same logic we just used, is this a real asset? Not really. Now, before you close the video, I'm not saying buying a house is a bad decision. It gives you stability, security, and a place that's truly yours. Those things matter. But financially, there's a very important distinction. Imagine the same house, but instead of living in it, you rent it out. Now, every month, money is coming into your pocket. One takes money out, one puts money in. So maybe the problem isn't the car or the house. Maybe the problem is with the definition itself. So the question you should be asking yourself is not, do I own it, but what does it actually do? This is a much more practical way to look at it. In fact, this concept was popularized by the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. An asset is anything that puts money into your pocket. A liability is anything that takes money out of your pocket. That's it. No complicated accounting, no balance sheets, just one simple question. Is the money coming in or going out? Now look at the car again. Money goes out, it's a liability. But what if you rented it out or used it to run a cab service? Now money is coming in. Same car, now it's an asset. Look at the house you live in. Money goes out, it's a liability. But the house you rent out, money comes in every month. It's an asset. Same objects, completely different outcomes. Because it was never about what you own. It's about what it does to your cash flow. So what else actually counts as an asset? Stocks or index funds growing your money over time, asset. A blog, YouTube channel, or digital product that earns even while you sleep, asset. A side business or skill that generates income, asset. They just need to pass one test. Is the money coming into your pocket because of this? If yes, asset. If no, liability. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Once you start building those assets start generating cash flow. And here's what most wealthy people do with the cash flow. They don't spend it. They use it to buy more assets. Those assets generate more cash flow, which is used to buy even more assets. And the cycle keeps going. Remember Arjun from the last video? The guy whose entire salary disappeared every month? Imagine Arjun starts small. He just takes 10% of his salary and puts it into a mutual fund SIP every month. That's it. Nothing dramatic. Over time, that SIP grows. It starts generating returns. And Arjun uses those returns to start another small investment. And slowly, Arjun's money starts making money without him even doing anything extra. This is a cycle. Assets generate cash flow buys more assets generate more cash flow. It starts small, almost invisible, but over time, this is what separates people who build wealth from people who just earn money. And the best part is, you don't need a raise, you don't need a windfall, you just need to change where your money is going. Most people never think about this. They earn, they spend, they repeat, and wonder why wealth never seems to build. But now you have a different lens. One simple question for everything you spend money on. Is it putting money in my pocket or taking money out? Here's your one exercise for this week. Not next month, this week. Open your phone, look for your last 5 expenses. And for each one, ask that one question. In or out? You don't need to change anything yet. Just observe. Because awareness is where it always starts. If this video gave you clarity, please subscribe so that you don't miss what's coming next. And if you have any questions, please drop it down in the comments. Thank you and see you later.